this week's episode is heavy. We are going to be talking about emotional blackmail. And I know to many that might sound foreign, but there's a possibility that you already know what it is. Stay tuned to the end of this episode, and we'll be discussing the signs of emotional blackmail and the steps that you can take to deal with it. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's dive in. As I said earlier, this is going to be a tough and somewhat triggering episode, so I just want to give you guys that disclaimer. Emotional blackmail. What is that? I did a little research. Emotional blackmail is a form of psychological manipulation in which someone uses threats, intimidation, or other forms of emotional coercion to control or manipulate another person. So some common tactics used in emotional blackmail include guilt trips, threats of abandonment or rejection, and manipulation of the victim's emotions. Now, if this is something that you're dealing with, I'm going to give you some tips on how to get through that. But if you're not quite sure yet, let's dive into some of the signs that you might be experiencing emotional blackmail. So the first point, you are being threatened. Your partner might threaten to harm themselves. They might threaten to hurt you. They might threaten that they may leave you or reveal private information about you. And they'll do all of this if you don't comply with their demands. Second point, you're being made to feel guilty. Your partner may use guilt to manipulate you into doing something that you don't want to do. They may make you feel guilty for not meeting their needs and for past mistakes. I hope you're listening. Does any of this sound familiar? Okay. Point number 3, your partner is using ultimatums. They're giving you an impossible choice between two options, both of which are not desirable for you. Think about it. Point number 4, your partner is isolating you. Your partner will try to separate you from your friends, your family, and whatever other support that you have in an effort to control you. Sounds like something from a movie, right? Point number 5, you're being emotionally manipulated. Your partner may use emotional manipulation tactics such as gaslighting, which was such a huge word for 2022, by the way, playing the victim, or using emotional outbursts to control you. And finally, point number 6, you are being coerced into doing something that your partner may use pressure or manipulation or force to make you do something that you don't want to do. So I'm going to pause right here for a second. Have you ever experienced anything like this? Or are there other things that I missed, other signs that I missed? Go ahead right now, share it in the comments. I definitely want to hear your perspective, things you've possibly experienced, or anything that I just may have forgotten. All right, let's get back in. I want to share with you a few steps that you can use to recognize if you are being emotionally blackmailed. The first step, I want you to recognize the signs. I just pointed out 5 signs. And check the comments. There might be other signs in there that I missed or I may have forgotten. But definitely recognize the signs. Pay attention to the patterns of emotional manipulation that your partner may cause. Some common signs, like we talked about before, include feeling guilty or responsible for someone else's feelings, feeling threatened or afraid of someone's reaction, and being afraid to express your own thoughts and feelings. Pay attention to those things. The second point, set boundaries. It's important to establish and maintain, that's the word here, maintain clear boundaries. We all will set boundaries, and then after a while, we kind of just forget about it. No, not when it comes to this. You have to set these boundaries and maintain them in the relationship. This may include setting limits on communication with your significant other. This may even look like seeking support from friends or a therapist. You definitely want to have someone in your corner who's going to be willing to help you work through this situation. Okay? Third point, communicate assertively. Now, this is important, not just the communicate part, but the assertively part. If you're dealing with emotional blackmail, it's important to be clear and direct in your communication. There should be no room for misinterpretation. If you need support from friends or your family to help you become more assertive with how you communicate, ask for help. Ask for help. If you're dealing with emotional blackmail, it's important for you to protect yourself and take steps to help you heal from these wounds. So today, I want to encourage you to find a therapist, someone who can help you work through these difficulties that you're experiencing. And if you're not sure where to start, there's a link in the show notes for you to find a therapist that is in your neighborhood, someone close by. And as a gift, I'm giving you 20% off your first month in therapy. I want you to go ahead and check that out. I want you to find a therapist because it is beneficial. There's so much work that can be done when you have someone in your corner who is supporting you. All right, guys. So you know I like to keep my episodes short and sweet. So if you enjoyed this episode, of course, leave your comments. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel or check out these other videos. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please rate and review to help other people just like you hear this podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.